welcome you to Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, from the land of the space program, we're ready for takeoff.
That's right, and they're letting those threes fly from everywhere on the court. Let's see if this team can win a third championship.
Ready to go here from Toyota Center. Let's gear up for the opening tip. Jay, the Rockets have so many different ways they can beat you, but with the Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo plus John Henson, how can they alter what the Rockets are trying to do?
Well, the Bucks have so many pieces, and they're also versatile. Whenever Giannis is involved in any kind of screen, you can easily switch that. He has the dexterity and the quickness laterally to defend anybody on the perimeter. The major key in this ball game, whenever James Harden is involved in the PNR, but that's with John Henson, you have to blitz that. You have to read that. You have to get the ball out of his hands, and he has to recover quickly to the paint to deter drives at the rim, but also make sure that he's aware of Clint Capella on the perimeter who can knock down a mid-range shot. So that quickness, that cat-like reaction is something that John Henson's going to need all the time in this ball game.
Russell Westbrook steps into it, knocks it down, off the step back. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Russell Westbrook powers it through. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Westbrook into the front court. Leads a bucket to Capella. Brook Lopez rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Capella to Harden. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
May 2018, Jay, the Bucks make the move to Mike Budenholzer roster that's built to win now.
And Coach Bud brings stability to a team that had a lot of question marks around the head coaching position. Jason Kidd gets let go last year. That caused some drama with him and Giannis. You hire Joe Prunty. He comes in. He tries his best. But now when you bring Coach Bud to the table, you bring offensive fluidity, and that's what this team needs.
I told you the screen was coming.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 74% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Russell Westbrook with the rock. From the painted area, won't go down.
And physicality is, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Westbrook doesn't have the touch. No good.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Harden to Westbrook. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Subbing in for the Bucks, number 25,
Giannis with it up top. The score 10-8.
Defense, let's go.
To Bledsoe. Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Eric Bledsoe, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 79% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Westbrook across the timeline. The score 12-8. Here comes the screen. To Rivers. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free?
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Jay, 44 wins for the Bucks a year ago. 7th best record in the East. In your mind, foundation, is it in place in Milwaukee?
The foundation is on its way, but it always seems like it comes down to injuries and lack of chemistry for the Bucks.
That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. New blood coming in for both sides.
For the Milwaukee Bucks, number 24, Clint
Capella, huge block. That's his 3rd block this evening. It's Rockets ball. Gerald Green matched up with Connaughton. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Baseline drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. To Capella. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. Clint Capella, 2 of 4 now.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. To Capella. In the slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Nothing going here on that drive. Shot from the lane won't go.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Clint Capella. He's now 4 for 6.
Old school equals high percentage.
The drive right to the basket. P.J. Tucker tips it. Out of bounds, the call off P.J. Tucker. Going to launch beyond the arc. That misses with 3 seconds left. Slams it home on the putback. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter with the Rockets in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's in the hands of Harden.
Oh, yeah. Green, I got your help.
to P.J. Tucker. Nikola Mirotic pins it. Nikola Mirotic sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Hill to Middleton. Driving right to the basket. Kenneth Faried with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
George Hill. Kenneth Faried snatching it out of the air. They've recovered it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one goes down. Two for two on that trip. Now a whistle. And we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 34.
Bucks basketball.
And number 6.
Bledsoe. Won't go down. Harden with the basketball. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Off the assist.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Bledsoe. He's 2 for 2 now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Harden. Down to Faried. Kenneth Faried powers it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Down 12. A lot of contact, no whistle. Harden into the front court. He'll run the offense. He connects with the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Curling inside. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 4 out of 10.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Antetokounmpo. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer, always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Harden to Westbrook. Finds a shoot. Westbrook to Harden. James Harden. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
First free throw is good.
For Houston, number 15.
And he makes them both. Harden with it up top. Lead stands at 10. Westbrook to Harden. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Short jumper misses. James Harden swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
The drive, right to the basket. Eric Gordon with a piece.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Antetokounmpo. Clint Capella able to recover with the block. Fourth this contest.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Capella. Good look that time, but off the mark. Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
I can see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
Harden to Westbrook. The drive right to the basket. Nikola Mirotic sends it away. Oh, Russell Westbrook. With that, he's 5 for 9. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Harden in possession. Under a minute to go before halftime. Giannis Antetokounmpo rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Bledsoe. He gets it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Beyond the arc for 3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Westbrook with it. It's a 9-point lead. Gets it down to Capella. Rises for the slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Deep 3 at the buzzer.
To number 17, P.J. Tucker.
Ersan Ilyasova. He's going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 77% at the line. Nope. First one does not go. Second and 3 is good. First half comes to an end. The Rockets with the lead.
Rockets will start the second half with a decent lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. The Bucks are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. These are the guys getting buckets for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Bench points.
The Milwaukee Bucks had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Russ at the controls.
Here we go. Here we go.
To Harden. Surveys the floor. Nothing going here on that drive.
Right.
Westbrook to Capella. Brook Lopez. Huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Whoa, Chris Middleton. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Westbrook to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive.
Big kick right there.
James Harden fires for 2. Not going down for him this time. Stuffs it down with authority.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
A drive, but he can't get it to go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
To Westbrook. Here comes the screen. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 1 for the Houston Rockets.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw.
There we go. Yes, sir.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Clint Capella tips it. Ooh, 5 now. It's Russ at the controls. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
From the painted area, won't go down. From the outside, no good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Hill, deep left corner. Shot from the lane, won't go. Gordon with it. The lead is 15. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Save 10% on all merchandise when you purchase 3 or more items at one of our arena stores. This offer is only valid during today's game, so take advantage of this great opportunity.
Adetokunbo to Hill. Adetokunbo. Missed that one. You want to see more, knowing the defender was still right there. Gordon with it. His guys holding the big lead. In a flash, scores at the rim.
Eric Gordon finished second in the six-man of the year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Adetokunbo. He's got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Rockets in control of the basketball. Austin Rivers. Iman Shumpert against Connaughton. Has a look. The shot by Rivers, no good. Cruises inside for 2.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Rivers with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Here comes the screen. To Gerald Green. Runner's good there.
Gerald Green's story is so inspiring. From a guy that's bounced all over, from the G League, on and off NBA rosters, even playing a couple of seasons in Russia. Most players would have quit after they had one of their fingers amputated, but here this guy is, still fighting for it, and made a hell of a difference last year in the postseason for the Rockets.
A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Lets it fly from long range. The Bucks clear the rebound. To Matthews. Wesley Matthews above the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Austin Rivers. They work it to Capella. Down low. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. George Hill, a pass taken away by the Rockets. Matthews, defended by Rivers. Gets to the basket and scores.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Hill driving, but his shot won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Curling inside. Pat Connaughton pins it. Incredible. 6 tonight. The Bucks at the controls. Rivers to bring it into the front court. He'll run the offense. Has a chance. Rivers' shot there won't go. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Rivers into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Stuffs it down with authority.
The assist from number 25, Austin Rivers.
Driving right to the basket. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce. Long key from three-quarters court. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. It's been all Rockets. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They'll probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ballgame, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys down big. Goaltending.
2 points.
Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a Prob City.
Nothing going here on that drive. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Flushes it home. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Count it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Harden. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Antetokounmpo to George Hill. 4-3. George Hill forcing that one. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
James Harden. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
Antetokounmpo. Easy pad to the rim. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Westbrook to Harden. Over to the right side. Westbrook to Harden. Nikola Mirotic sends it away. And he'll head to the line.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Team foul number 1 for Houston.
Kenneth Faried, couple of free throws on the way. A career 65% free throw shooter. Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Hill goes to the left side. To Hill. Drive here, but the shot stays out.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipping.
Harden against Connaughton. Add 2 points to the board.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
George Hill to Lopez. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Westbrook to Fareed. Kenneth Fareed powers it down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 34.
Antetokounmpo to Lopez.
And number 6. Eric Bledsoe.
Short jumper won't fall.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Harden not going down here. George Hill, consistent effort. He's at 50%.
One can make the case he might be glad he didn't get the and one.
Rockets have the ball. Westbrook to Harden. Take stock of the floor. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Russ at the controls. From the painted area, won't go down. To Bledsoe.
1 minute remaining in the 4th quarter.
Shot from the lane, won't go. Harden with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
Hey, switch, I got it.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Chris Middleton trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good, so they get the three-point play. But it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. And now Houston has the basketball. Probing the defense. James Harden trying to cash in. Lopez there to get the rebound. Hill into the front court. Down a bundle. George Hill. 3 for 6 now.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets came away with the victory in this one. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being so aggressive on defense. And sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Bucks couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Assists.
The Houston Rockets showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.